Hi, I'm Phil from PrepRS. Are you ever confused about all the different types of tinned meats you can get? I mean, we've got corned beef here, 3 or 4 different qualities, or certainly 3 or 4 different price ranges. We've got luncheon meat, we've got ham, chicken, a whole host of different meats. But it's a little bit confusing as to what's actually in there, so I think we'll take a look, shall we? One thing's for sure, and that's that they will all last a very long time when they're in a tin situation, okay? So they're great for preppers, okay? But what I'll do is I'll open 2 or 3 up and let's take a look. Let's see if there is any difference from price to price range, okay? So the corned beef, in actual fact, there's no corn in them at all. Corn means, or corned means salted, but they're very, very good value. They're from Brazil, a lot of these, and so yeah, they're really good value, and they're 100% meat as well, which is great. You normally get a key with them like this. Quite a trick to open them. Let's have a go. The important thing when you're opening them is that you keep everything centered on that key, okay, because it's picking paper up as well, and the strip of tin. So keep everything centered on that key. If it starts to slip off, well, sort of start again or go back a little bit and get it lovely and centered on that key, okay? Well, that's opening very well actually, but also it's useful to have a pair of pliers like that, just in case. Never try and open these by holding the strip, because it's as sharp as a knife, okay? Great, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is cook this in the tin. So I'm going to remove this paper, okay, and then cook it in the tin, and hopefully that will hold it together, because usually a reconstituted meat like this would collapse when it gets hot, okay? So I'm going to try and keep it complete and in its block form by keeping it in there, okay? So I'll open 3 up of different qualities and then we'll take a look. It looks like there's quite a lot of fat in this one. This one is a Tesco everyday value. Now you can eat these cold and they'll stay in a block form if you do, but I'm purposely going to put them in the oven because I want to separate out the fat and just see what's in there, okay? And I also want to see how they'd stand up to being cooked in a meal or something, okay? Looks like there's a lot of fat in this one. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of fat in this one, okay, and quite a bit of jelly as well. So we're seeing something here that is probably a little bit cheaper to produce. Okay, it's been about half an hour. Let's get this corned beef out. Oh, I can see that there's a lot of oil floating around. Fortunately, I put some containers under them to capture anything. Right, so here we have the budget Asda one. Here we have the Prince's, which is a premium brand and the most expensive, and here we have the Tesco Everyday. What is quite clear by just looking at them is the one that's mostly full of fat is the premium one. It's the Prince's, okay? There's hardly any fat at all showing on the Asda, and there's a little fat showing on the Tesco's. So let's pour them out, shall we, and have a proper look and see what's going off. Right, let's start with this Prince's, which seems to have an awful lot of fat in it. I'll put it in here and drain all I can out. Here's the Asda. hardly any fat at all. Okay, let that drain, but there's very little draining taking place, I have to say. That leaves us with the Tesco Everyday Value. Again, very little fat in there. Let's try and drain it. Okay. So the Tesco, we're just going to weigh or measure these out, okay? This is a 15 milliliter measure. Okay, so just get rid of that. So that's a 15 millimeter. Okay, then we have another smaller measure here. I'd say we've got about 14 millilitres of fat in the Tesco Everyday. Okay, that's 14. Okay, let's have a quick look at, there's hardly any in the Asda in fact, but I will do the Prince's next. And again, this is a 15 milliliter measure. A lot of Gungeon goo in that. So there's a 15. Put it back in there. Looks like a jelly and a fat to me. Jelly and a fat. And that looks like about half again. So I'd say 15, about 23 I'd say in that. And negligible in the Asda. So here's our Asda. Okay. Quite fragile. I'll have a taste of that. Let's take a taste. Tastes fine. Very salty. Otherwise it tastes fine. There's a lot of structure to the meat. It is very, very pure beef. Again, with a lot of salt in there. There was a lot of fat, but we've drained quite a bit out. There's probably still a lot more in there though that's not, come out. So just be aware of that. But it tastes fine. The only last thing I'd say about the Asda is it's been cooking for half an hour. It was already pre-cooked, and it's not ever so tender. Okay, the beef in there just tastes, it's just a little bit of chewy. A little bit of chew to it, so it's not ever so tender. Let's try the next one. Something else that I should flag up with the Asda is that having removed it from the plate here, there's actually a human hair in there that was actually obviously in the can because it was a clean plate. I don't have a lot of hair, and this is jet black. My hair is not jet black. In fact, it's probably grey. So there's a human hair in there, which is not brilliant either. Okay, won't poison you, but it's not brilliant. Okay, so here we go with the second one. This is the Prince's, okay? Looks good. A little more rigid than the last one, I think. Only a little. Let's have a taste. Very salty. Tastes very nice, very tasty, but I did think I detected a little tiny bit of grit. Just a little bit of crunch on between the teeth, but not in that bite. Yeah, very tasty. Nice, very salty, very tasty. Right, here we go with the last one, the Tesco's Own. Okay, this is the Everyday. Okay, no hairs, that's fantastic. Okay. Looks like there's a little bit of offal in there. Let's cut that up a bit more. You can see little bits of offal in there, which I didn't see in the others. Very nice. It's nice, it's very nice. Again, salty, quite tender, very tasty. The Prince's, twice, I thought I detected a little bit of bone or grit in it between the teeth, twice. Not so with this one or the Asda. It's very tasty, but again, watch out, it's very, very salty. Well, thanks for watching. We've had a good test there of corned beef. In another module, we'll do some other canned meats. But thanks for watching from Phil here at Prep RS. James, it's a take two on that, as I didn't have any shoes on. And yes, quite. Okay, here we go again. Oh well.